This week's episode of the Aviator Show, we take an Adam 80 in the Moster EFI coast to coast across the state of Florida. Will we make it?
Yeah, Neil landed out. Do you want us to come pick you up?
Good morning.
Good morning, safety first. It's Reese. We are preparing to launch down Cove Road here in Stewart, and behind me, what you can't see in the darkness is we've got James, we've got Neil preparing their wings and their motors. We weighed them in, we got the fuel quantity, and we are gonna measure them throughout the flight today on our way to Venice. So, I'm wearing a helmet, I'm looking a little silly, you might be wondering why. We have the Cena 50R communications, the mesh network. So they'll be communicating to me via these helmets and these mesh network, wherever it's at. We'll be able to stay in communication. It's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll be able to get a recording of that. And it's gonna be a long cross country, 140 nautical miles across the state of Florida from coast to coast. Last time we tried it was maybe like 8 months ago with Tucker Gott. We're back at it again with the Vittorazzi Moster EFI. This thing is really efficient. I mean, I did a lot of testing. It's actually showing better numbers than the Atom. So it'll be an Atom that James is flying. So we'll get to see these two motors go head to head and see which one gets the best fuel consumption. Hope you enjoy the show. Yep. Set the tables back in here. Pretty positive inflation. Step right, pull left. Step right, pull left. Step right, pull left. Good job. Start, go, go, go. Got it. Go for it. That's it, baby. That's it.
It's beautiful morning. Got a nice tailwind. I think my ground speed's 45. Let me check that. Doing 47 miles an hour. Excellent, excellent. Good speed, good speed. Air is perfectly smooth. I'm all turned out on the start degree 18. You go settle in for a nice long flight. All right. What about halfway drops hit landing to Lake Okeechobee? He's using major landmarks for navigation right now. Get a deal right in front of me. Not sure what Reese is.
All right, the boys are up in the air. Yes, still wearing the silly helmet, but I am able to stay in communication with them, hear them, what they're talking about, and then, inform them if there's anything that changes or deviates throughout the day. The winds are looking like a 4 mile an hour tailwind. We're expecting a 10 to 15 mile an hour tailwind, but as waking up in the morning, you're gonna have less of a wind at the bright and early days. So we're expecting the winds to gradually increase in our direction. So they're currently showing Neil at 35, 37 miles an hour, and then we got James on his Sirocco pushing about 43 miles an hour.
Motor's running great. Just chilling. I wish I had cruise control, but other than that, man, pretty smooth sailing. Sucking gas and hauling ass.
What's your readings? What you got? What's the fuel consumption?
2.5 liters right now. So I've used up like just about 3 liters so far. Yeah, around 5,600 or so is my cruise RPM. It's running smooth. Battery's running great. Yeah, I figured it used about 10% an hour on the battery, so it's pretty good. Looking good, man. Flight's going good. No complaints.
All right, well, you got James at your 6, so keep it up. He's about 4 miles an hour faster than you.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, buddy. Peace out.
All right, it's going excellent. Tall full bar here catching up to you. Down. Or, it keeps the legs going. Otherwise, they probably go to sleep. Now, we're pretty well matched. Maybe you're slightly faster still. Anyway, so we've been in the air for about an hour now, and it looks like we're about a third of the way. I've got about 1/3 of a tank of gas left. Hey Neil, do you see that field to the north of the Circle K at the intersection right there? Yeah, just on the other side. Yeah, that looks like a perfect spot to stop. I could push a little further, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of good spots up ahead.
Neil just touched down. All right, do you want me to keep going down, or do you want me to land there? Okay. All right, I'll keep pushing ahead. I'll look for you. We're gonna land up ahead, Neil. Reese, just pull into where you were talking about. He said he had plenty of fuel, but I've got about 10 minutes left. Oh, I see what you're talking about. So you're gonna pull to the left right here? Okay. Yeah, looks good. Yes, sir. Yeah, Neil landed out, but where he was checking the spot, and I told him I got plenty of gas, like I got 15 minutes or so, and he went ahead and landed and found it was really tall. So hopefully he's all right. Do you want us to come pick you up? Okay. All right, just let us know. All right, bye. He said he's gonna try to launch. No, he's about a mile and a half down.
Wow.
Yeah, we're trying to fly all the way from coast to coast.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we got this far and I ran out of gas and he had to go to the bathroom, so.
All right. Well, y'all be careful. Thank you, man.
All right.
That was a way better spot.
You were on bar.
Oh yeah, I was on bar for about 20 minutes. So that's full pegged, full bar,
Maybe
level
like
flight.
30 minutes of fuel. And then we got the EFI. Holy moly. That is nuts. This thing is making fuel. If the atom, they say, makes fuel, this thing is refining it.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's your flight over?
Flight over is easy peasy. Launch was nice and easy this morning. The launch that I just did, picture wouldn't have done it justice. You can see how wet my legs are. Like it was tall, like grass up to here, wet, all these stringers all over the place. And I should have just kept going.
Shout out to the Goggle guys for making an incredible app that allows me to track the pilots in real time on a moving map, get their airspeed, get their altitude, and keep them coordinated throughout this journey. Awesome, awesome. We just got on I-75 North, about 30 minutes away from our destination at Shark Keys in Venice, Florida, and they've got a big jump on me. They're up ahead about 10 miles or so. They got a pretty big jump cutting across an area where I couldn't drive. So they have a little bit more of a direct route. There's some little bit of fluffy clouds being developed, but nothing too ominous. These are actually the clouds you enjoy as a paramotor. You get to fly around them. They're non-threatening for sure. But we're excited. The guys are doing good. I just checked in. Everyone's fuel levels are doing good. There's plenty of other features on this app that's absolutely incredible, which is like waypoints. It gives you like a bitching Betty. Like every so often, it'll tell you how far you've flown and your distance and where your landing location is and how far you're away from that, where the wind is. So it's like just enough information as a paramotor pilot that's kind of an interesting development as technology comes on board, just like you're seeing with this EFI. So we're really excited. shout out to all the Vittorazzi staff members back at the factory that are allowing us to do this crazy adventure coast to coast. And Neil is actually going to do it without a fuel stop. He did have to take a bathroom break. He came and he landed out in some thick grass and came over and said hello to us while we were fueling up. James is Adam. Now James is also on the Fly Products lightweight frame with a smaller gas tank, so you have to take that into consideration. We're not trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes by any means. We're actually just trying to do some scientific research. And right now I would say the EFI is the ultimate cross-country machine. If you can afford it, if you can stand a 100-pound launch like he just did, then you can stay up as long as you're able to without using the bathroom on yourself, right? So we'll tune back in as soon as we get to Venice Beach.
So the airport is just to the lab. So within the about here would be known as Alpha, let's say to the north, this subdivision over here, because to the north of that is State Park, and I can see many little areas moving about.
So we're tuned into 122725 for the Venice Municipal Airport. There's a Cessna doing some pattern work. The guys are about 5 miles out. They're still at around 3,000 feet and inbound. So, non-towered airport, it's good to practice some communication if you haven't. And, just trying to create a safe environment, as safe of an environment as you possibly can. So I'm giving them the data. Hey, letting you know there's a Cessna in the pattern. Just keep it safe, eyes on a swivel, and just giving them the data that I think is important for them to know. So they're going to keep it 3,000 till they reach the shoreline and then spiral down for a nice landing right on the beach. We're doing it. We're almost there.
All right, we got the airport site right at the end. We got 70 odd that takes a dog leg to the right. Then just southwest of that is the airport. Conditions up here at 3,000 feet are nice. It's smooth. I've been hands off this whole time. And big deal, it's on March 6th. Maybe about 5 miles back. Somehow it'll be a pretty good time. He's going through it right on there.
Yes, sir! Squealy! Right on in! Ha ha! Yeah! Woo! Yes! Oh, man.
That lasts like 45 minutes. I was done, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I was having a good time.
Dude, that's a lot of gas.
Wow. I can fly another hour.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
What?
That's a 4-hour tank. That's a 4-hour tank of gas.
That is bananas, dude. I thought you were gonna be sipping like.
I figured there'd be like, I knew there was gonna be some fuel left, but I didn't think there'd be that much.
What do I got? I got like
you
3 liters left.
less. It looks less than that, but you have 2 liters.
2 liters? Yeah.
2 liters. How big is your tank?
9. It's a 9-liter tank.
9-liter tank.
Yeah. Yeah. So this leg I think is a good show of what I was getting. I was trimmed out most of the way, almost all the way, in fact.
Dang, nice
sir.
job. Heck yeah.
Yes.
All right, EFI, ultimate cross-country machine.
There is not a better engine for cross country.
That's some cool technology
shit.
coming down from Vitorrazi.
So freaking efficient. And it's like so mellow and smooth, especially a 140 prop. Launched flew for what, an hour and a half, something like that. Took a pee and a gas break for James. I landed in a kind of a crappy
It's my
field.
landing dummy right here.
Yeah. Tested it out for James.
I'm sipping fuel, and he's like, okay, I'll look over here, and I look over here, and look over here, and he just plows
Went
it
in
right
for it, landed in. Like, it didn't look so bad, but once my feet started touching, I was like, okay, the grass is way deeper than I thought it was. So it was up to my knees, so I had to launch. Yeah, y'all had a nice spot down the road.
As soon as you landed, Reese came in on comms. He was like, oh, I found the spot. He's like turning around. I can see the van. I'm like,
just
okay.
as I'm landing,
I've got
I'm
me a
already
nice
like
spot
putting
to
the
land.
weight down. So.
First tank, second tank.
Yeah.
140 freaking miles.
And I'm 145, so unless I'm trying to sip fuel.
I mean, I was trying to sip fuel. I was like running it pretty efficiently. Yeah, Viper XC, well, we were cruising like 40 miles an hour for the most part. We had a bit of a tailwind for, 95% of the flight.
Size?
18 meter Viper. Moster EFI with a 140 prop on a limitless frame.
Weighing at 100 pounds.
92.
92.
Yeah, I'm 145. This weighed 65 full this morning. Fly Products Eclipse Adam 80. I'm running the Sirocco 318, and I was trying to keep up with him the whole time, so I was pretty much trimmed out that entire flight.
I was trims neutral the whole time. You got to remember that fuel tank is a 16 liter as well, so we packed it to the brim with fuel this morning. I think it burned 12 liters altogether over, it was about 4 hours we were in there altogether, something like that.
Yeah, and I was probably slightly more than that if I had to guess. Between 7 and 8 liters with, a lot more power. I'm pushing the wing a lot harder.
Yeah.
That's a very compelling package there you got.
Yeah, it's like, I'm almost like, if I had the cash, I'd get the EFI on a limitless, set it up completely for cross country, and then my factory R just make that like complete just screw around play machine, if I want to rip around trees or whatever. That's like, dude, you can't beat it, man. You can't beat it.
Also, Cena is the way to go.
Yeah,
for
these are
comms
quite
in
nice.
flight, especially cross country. You don't have to mess with it. If you can't see, then you use text or whatever and gaggle. And when you're within range, you can make quick. Okay, you're landing. You're turning around. You're talking to me on the ground. It just works.
It's a much superior intercom system than about anything else, dude. You power the thing on, you hit the button for mesh. Your buddy does the same thing, and it just works.
And you can exit the mesh, you come back in, and it just starts working.
On and off, no problem. This is fantastic.
Yeah, so we have the Team Windy helmet available at Aviator Paramotor. What's nice about these micro avionics, it does have the vlogging capability turnkey right out the box, so you can tag along with the pilot, see and hear what they are thinking.
It was a nice mellow flight. I went up like 3,600 and just kind of cruised for a bit. It really didn't matter what altitude we went. I wasn't really gaining anything, but yeah, we had a little bit of tailwind the whole time.
That's it, just a little bit of a tailwind.
This airport was a lot busier than I had anticipated.
This airport's cranking.
Yeah.
Thanks for handling the comms.
Yeah, I was letting them know where you guys were and what altitude descending, etc. You saw that downwind traffic was a little busy coming through.
Yeah, it seemed like they were watching.
75.2. 52.4.
This is chicken scribble, but we got the EFI started out at 92 pounds. It ended at 75.2 pounds, which means that we lost 16.8 pounds of gas. Gasoline weighs 1.65 pounds per liter, so we divide 16.8 pounds by gallons per liter and get a total consumed of 10.2 liters for the flight. The flight lasted 4 hours 4 minutes, which comes out to 2.45 liters per hour. I converted to minutes to calculate that out. So that's what the EFI got. The Atom started at 64.2, ended at 52.4. That was for the second leg. That comes out to 7.15 liters. The first leg was it used an extra half liter, so I added a half liter to that. Add these two up and came up with 14.8 liters total. My flight time in total was exactly 4 hours, so that comes out to 3.7 liters per hour.
The EFI has been consistent. Even like we've done some tests where
Efficiency blows other engines out of the water. Other tests, it's been relatively close, but EFI every single time has been more efficient. So it was really quite a joy to fly. Like, it's smooth, it runs fantastic, it's super efficient. You got Moster power with even better economy than an Atom 80. It is the ultimate cross-country weapon. I ran 4 hours continuous, made it across the state of Florida without refueling. I could have easily gone 5 hours, probably a little bit more. Very easily. 5 hours was the 16-liter tank that we got on Limitless. Yeah, you could easily go 5 hours on a tank of gas.
On the Atom, I was trimmed all the way out, plus bar, for a good 20-30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And really the whole flight I was trimmed all the way out on my Sirocco 318. So that's why the Atom fuel looks so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I was pushing that wing to keep up with
sure.
you.
Right, right.
Because you weigh more, you're on the same size wing plus upper class.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is stellar. I mean, you can easily say Atom fuel consumption.
Yeah, you can easily say fuel consumption is comparable to an Atom 80 with the Moster EFI. So
with Moster power.
Yeah, double the power of the Atom 80 with the same fuel consumption.
Right.
All right, still got the goofy helmet. It seemed to have worked. We had the Cena 50R in comms the whole time for the most part, while you're within maybe like a mile on the ground transportation, but in the air, really remarkable stuff. I'm sure you came for the EFI. As you saw, the EFI came back with plenty of fuel, which is absolutely insane.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, if you like the content that we're producing here at Aviator, go ahead and like the subscribe, share, and tell all your friends what we're doing here. We want to train as many proficient pilots. James, when did you learn?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, just flew the longest cross country of his life, and it was so cool to be a part of it. We'll see you next time right here on the Aviator Show.